Got it.
And then, see now it says that, and then you switch it, and now it's working.
Cool.
You see the little green thing at the bottom?
Yeah, we're good now. Thanks. Superman lover, what's good, homie? Are we good now, guys? Man, I swear, dude, every time I unplug this mic, it doesn't want to turn back on or whatever. So I think we should be good now. Can y'all hear me? Let me make sure that you guys can hear me, okay? And let me turn on some lights. Let's see if we can get a little bit more lighting on. Ooh, that's too bright. Whoa! Okay, I think that's better. I feel like that's better. Let me just get a little angle where it's not hitting you guys all up in the face. Sick. Okay, I think we're good, man. I swear every time I start this off, I don't have any microphone or sound for at least 5 minutes, and I'm talking to myself. So, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. I'm glad to see everyone's hopefully healthy and safe, and we're good to go. Just want to say what's up to everybody real quick. Superman lover, I believe you're the first one on. Let me just double check that. Yeah, what's good? Superman lovers in the building. The homie GTC Reels. Graham, what's good? Patreon family in the building. Eric Cooks, can you hear me? I see the ears, bro. I think we should be good now. All right, cool. I think we're straight. There goes the neighborhood. We got Wayne in the building. What's good, Wayne? Flight School Customs in the building. So, guys, just a quick heads up. Man, I paid for lighting, and this lighting is flickering on me today, y'all. So, if y'all see, like, kind of like flickering, I apologize. We're going to try to work with what we got today until we get an electrician back in the studio. Flight School, what's good? GT Chong, Superman lover. Man, we got some Alpha Flex today, man. I'm really excited to use this new paint. I've never used Alpha Flex, but all you guys happen to be knowing all about Alpha Flex. All up in the DMs talking about, man, they got dyes, they've got adhesion promoters, they've got all kinds of different stuff. So I thought, let me pull out these Murakami shoes, Murakami times Cause 4s, and let's test this paint out. With that said, y'all, I just want to say shout out to everybody that's on. I see folks on Twitch. I see people on Facebook. I see people on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining. As always, I really, really appreciate you guys' support. I've got my Princeton brushes here to the side. So I think a lot of you guys who are new and ask me, like, what brushes do I use? This is the brand that I use. And I use this brand just because, you know, they're tried and true, man. They've been tested, and I've been using, well, you guys can see how much I've been using them. They've been even the paint is coming off of some of them. But the good part is I spoke to Princeton a couple of days ago, and they said they're going to be sending me some brushes, and we're going to be doing a giveaway real soon. They're looking at the middle or end of June is what they said. So if you guys need brushes, they are coming. We're going to be doing a straight up giveaway. I'm collabing with Princeton brushes in order to give you guys some quality brushes. All right. So we got the brushes on point. I think you guys can see all the different paints. So let me move this just real quick out the way so y'all could see what we got going. I've got a bunch of different paints that Alpha 6 Corporation sent me. So shout out to Alpha 6, man. I really appreciate you guys for believing in me and just sending me the paints to show the audience how your guys' paints work. Man, I got so many different ones here, and I'm really excited to just pop some of these guys open, especially because a lot of these paint colors are really, really vibrant, and they go with the shoes that I'm working on today. So with that said, let's pop some of these guys open. Probably need to grab a paint palette here, right? So let's get a paint palette going. And I'm going to just pick these back up. And let's pick and choose what we're going to run with. I think maybe I should probably put a shoe to the side. So then that way I got a little bit of room. Alright, so a lot of people always ask me, like, yo, what do you look for in paints, man? Like, what's a good paint to use? And from all the reviews I've been seeing, guys, this paint is pretty badass. So I'm really excited to continue to work on this pair of shoes here. This pair of shoes, just some background behind them. I chose to go with a Murakami and Cause theme on these. The reason being that, man, I really, really like both brands, Cause and Murakami. So I decided to use a pair of Pure Money 4s, which these are going for like some ridiculous amount, like $500-600. When I bought these shoes, they were on sale. They couldn't even get rid of them. I got them for $114, believe it or not, on sale. And I think that they were like retailing for about $180 at that point. But they just couldn't get rid of them, so I ended up picking up like, I think 4 or 5 pairs. I was just in Vegas and I saw the sale and I was like, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Right? I got size 10 through like 12, I think, when I ended up picking these guys up. But y'all could see, yeah, man, this has been months of work. And one of the issues I was having with the paint that I was using is that the paint wasn't really like covering that well. It's taking a long time to cover. And so I'm hoping, one of my goals today is I'm hoping I'll discover a paint that will coat in, less coats and be just as durable. All right. So with that said, let me see. Yeah, Graham, I think I got them on Nike. Exactly, man. But I just got a notification from the J23 app. By the way, if you guys don't have the J23 app, probably shouldn't tell you guys this, but since you're watching, J23 app comes in clutch, man. These guys will just send out and push notifications whenever there's a new restock on any of the Jordans that are coming out, shock drops. I ended up getting some off-white UNC Jordan 1s because of their notifications. So y'all should download that app if you guys don't have that app yet. But yeah, long story short, man, I ended up picking these up. This was just a personal pair, so unfortunately, because they're a personal pair, I don't get to work on them as much as I want to. But they're pretty much there. They're pretty much done, and I've got like little cleaning up to do. I do want to still add some different colors onto this guy. I think some sprinkles are possibly missing here in the little, netting section. This side looks like it has a little bit more sprinkles. So let's jump into it, man. Let's get some of these paints going. I'm gonna put, which one should I work on? I think I'll work on this one right here, and we'll put this one to the side for right now. Before I start, and I know I always say before I start, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support, and I want to say what's up to everybody, because we got some more people on. Dang, we got a lot of people on now, dude. Twitch just jumped on. Twitch is live today, man. We got 10 folks already on Twitch. Grail Crew, what's good, Patreon fam? How you living, homie? Man, Grail Crew sent me some work the other day that was pretty amazing, man. Y'all should check Grail Crew out as well. Also part of the Patreon family. The Dye Lab Patreon fam, what's good? How you living, homie? How can you take these out? These are like my grails. Thank you, Wade. I appreciate that, man. Dye Lab, hopefully you're good, man. It's hard for me to switch from what I started with. Angelus, you know what? Superman lover, it's difficult for sure, because if it's a good paint, Angelus is an amazing paint. So I agree with you on that. But I'll tell you one thing, man. These paints, from everybody's perspective on these, a lot of people are giving good feedback. So I'm intrigued. I want to see how they run. So as you can hear, I'm sure you guys can hear that, right? There's a little metal ball in there. And the reason why they have that in there is because, so this paint, because it's just been laying dormant, right? It just kind of sinks to the bottom. And that little metal ball there, it kind of mixes up and thins out the paint. And that's really important because if, for example, like today you're using like an airbrush, you want that paint to be nice and thin, okay? This comes in a 5-ounce bottle, so that's an interesting amount of paint. And it's a lot of paint. A 5-ounce bottle will go a long way. So if you're interested in Alpha Flex paint, you should check the Instagram out. It's Alpha 6 Corporation. But let me believe I got a link here too. Let me just double check, guys. If I got a link, that'll probably be best, right? Because then you guys will have a link and you guys can order yours if you guys like it. 1 second here. Where's that link at? Here we go. All right. Now we linked up. Oh, Man, I swear, dude. So many things that can go wrong with this chat. I don't know what to do now. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I got the link here, but now the chat, for whatever reason, is disabled. Come on, dude. This is nuts. Did that go? That went. Sick. Oh, man. I swear, dude. I never thought that streaming live would be so freaking stressful. There's so many things that can go wrong every time. All right, y'all. Let's see. Oh, okay. Eric Cook says, yeah, Caddy cussed, swear by them. Okay. I think that's Caddy Customs, maybe? Oh, man. Tattoo Beezy just got the 48 color set from Alpha 6 in the mail yesterday. Tattoo Beezy, man, have you worked with Alpha 6 paint? Let me know. I'm really interested. Scrawny Johnny's in the building. More Patreon family in the building, man. What's good, Johnny? All right, I think I got everybody there. Oh, Rags Riches, what's good, homie? TO3 Originals, got it. Good work takes time, absolutely. Superman lover, you know that, man. This is man, I think I started this pair of shoes in like 2019. Think about how long it's been. I remember I even did a pop-up. I went to a pop-up shop in downtown, and they asked me to paint live, so I painted these live. At least part of them. The process. Come on, man. You want to come out? Sheesh. It's one of those days today, man. Got it. Okay. It's important that I kind of loosen the laces up a little bit, so let me jump into getting these laces out a little bit. Especially because they're white, right? You don't want them to get paint on them. Real thick. Sheesh. There we go. Cool. If you guys are interested in the laces, we've got these laces as well at shopfeelgood.com. Got a bunch of whole... Well, y'all know, man. You guys support so much. You guys know. But, you know, if you're new and you guys need laces, we've got them at shopfeelgood.com. Trying to take my time to take these out. By the way, these Pure Monies, man, after just having them in the box, they weren't doing anything. They're just sitting in the box. They started to get a little yellow. The netting and, you know, the sock liner. Sucks, man. I wonder if I might be able to rehab them. Has anybody worked on netting like that's been yellowed and tried to get them to turn white again? Let me know. I'm really interested in figuring that out. I don't want to repaint it. I know a lot of people repaint the netting white, but it just doesn't have that natural feel to it to me. Alright, I'm not even going to mess with these. This is going to take too long, especially because you guys are on too. So let's just kind of duck this in. Worst case, I got other laces. Alright, sick. Alright, so now we got some room to work, meaning, see, I can move the Wings logo out the way and we could jump into it. I've got a bunch of different colors here, but I definitely don't mind adding some new colors. So let me just jump into shaking some of these bad boys up. Usually when you shake them up, you want to do it for about 30 seconds or so. You can even hear the little ball in there going a little bit faster. So are you watching on Facebook today, Rags Riches? Shout out to everybody on Facebook watching today, man. We ended up using the Feel Good Threads business account now. It's costing us some money, but you know what? If we can get some more people here and participation, y'all chatting it up, it's all good, you know? Restream charges us. Everybody trying to make $1 nowadays. Ah, Tattoo Beezy. That's good feedback, man. I had no clue. People just started talking about it to me too, man. As soon as I put it up on Instagram, people were like, "Yo, you got this new paint. They've got dyes. The dyes are incredible." When I spoke to Alpha 6, they told me that man, this arm's getting tired. When I spoke to Alpha 6, they told me that they also have equivalent to like a GAC 200. So like if you're needing to do like the midsoles and stuff like that, they actually have something that mixes in, which is super dope. Speed Infusion, thank you for sharing that 1 bit, homie. Appreciate you. Whew, man, I gotta get all of these done. I should have done this before. All right. Scrawny, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, I'm getting tired, y'all. Before I lose my energy, let's start pouring some paints out. Now, what I did notice about the paints, because I did pop one open earlier, is that when you open them, and I like this, they have this little cap on them, so that prevents it from like all spilling in transit to you guys. Bear with me, guys. My nails are super weak because I've used so much acetone and used so much acetone that they weakened my nails. So I got to be careful with them. There we go. So I'm going to take this guy out. Pretty sure I don't need it, so I'm going to just toss it. Cool. So we got that out. This color here is violet. I love this color, man. Alright, so let's take out this violet. Let's do some light blue. I think I'm going to aim for more of the more vibrant and bright colors. Alright, so I'm going to have to do the same thing with this cap. Shevin, what's good? Knoxville in the building. How is it in Knoxville, man? That sounds like an interesting place to live. Is there sneakerheads out there? Makes me wonder. It's like next to impossible to get a pair of Jordans around here. But I'm in LA. I wonder how it is in different spots in the United States. Alright, so we took that guy out. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, this one looks really dope too. This is a light orange, and I like it because it's kind of a different color. I've never really seen this color. It's almost like a pastel orange. So let's knock this one out here. Dylan Stats, what's good, homie? How you living? The homie Dylan Stats on Facebook. Alright, so I guess you guys could already know that if you're taking these out, expect to get a little bit of paint on your hands. They're really sealed tight. Tight. Alright, so toss that one out. Where's that emerald at? There was an emerald that was fire here. Look at this one. It's like a peacock color. I think it's called peacock, right? It is called peacock. So in case you guys are interested, and I'm like pulling all these paints out and you don't see the color but you want to know what it is, let me know, because I could repeat all the colors for you. Alright, so I got peacock out. Ooh, that's a nice color, dude. Love that. I'm sure a lot of you guys know I love turquoises. I love hot pinks. I don't know why. Miami vibes. We've got Lady AOI 2001 in the building. How are you? GT Chong said Angeles better get the game up. They've got a lot of paints, man. And they've done a lot of marketing, so I think they're doing okay. Oh, man. Okay, this is... I think I'll pull this one out, and then let's jump into painting some stuff. Because I'm sure nobody wants to be sitting here watching me unscrew these guys all day, right? This is... What is this color here? This is a lemon sherbet. Really cool color as well. Alright, y'all. So let me jump into... Well, let me clean my hands up before I start pouring paints. Because the way I work, I'll probably mess up the whole shoe. Alright. Let's put these bad boys back on. Cool. So again, lemon sherbet. So I got here lemon sherbet. Let's drop some of that in. And I like that it has a little squeeze bottle. That's dope. Nice and easy. Cool. Got some of the peacock. Oh, I like that you could just use it a couple of drops and then just seal it right back up too. I think it was light blue that I did. Did I do light blue? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I did. Cool. And I'm going to drop that light blue right next to the peacock. Let's drop a little. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Not too much. Not too much. Y'all see how stingy I am with the paint? It's okay to be stingy, man. I feel like that's how you save money, and then you can use that stuff for other projects. So, all right, let's push these guys to the side. I got a little bit of room here. All right. Tattoo Beezy said they have gloss and matte finisher too. Oh man, I almost feel like I gotta go to their website. But if you guys didn't see the link, let me just make sure that I got that link up for y'all. Where'd the keyboard go? Is this gonna work? Let's see. Yes, sir. Let's go. That's the link, guys. If y'all need it, okay. Let's see. They have gloss and matte finisher too. So that's interesting that they have finishers. I didn't know that. Lady AIO, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been months of work for me to get where we're at here on this shoe. So anytime anybody compliments me on this shoe, I take it really, really personally because it's my shoe, man. I've been working hard on it, tirelessly on it, you know. Let me grab a stand. Let's get this stand here. All right. Totally messed my LK stand up, man. All right. There we go. Cool. I think we're good to go here. Oh man, it's hard to get kicks over there too. JP Edits, you might have just joined, homie. Today I'm working with this new company that, well, it's not new, it's new to me, but they're US based. They're out in Detroit. They're called Alpha 6 Corporation. And the paint I'm working with today is their Alpha Flex paint. Really, really cool paints. Outside the box colors. They even have colors that change. They're color shifting, which is sick. I love that. So let's get into painting some stuff here. I've got a bunch of different. Can you guys see that okay? Let me just kind of, I'll tilt it so y'all have a little bit better of a view. So a couple of things that I like to look for in paint quality is the smoothness of how they lay out. That's really important to me because if it's chunky paint, or you guys could see here, this isn't really chunky. It's come out pretty liquidy. That if it's too chunky, then it doesn't lay right. You know, it has that kind of bumpy look, and you want your paint to look nice and smooth. Right now I'm working with this Princeton 1/4 inch brush, Princeton Select, and this is a pretty close color here, pretty close match to this purple that I had on here already. Actually, lilac. That's what it's called. And so I'm going to just topple it and see how it lays. So for me, I like to airbrush, but I also like to hand paint. So the quality of the paint has to have this certain characteristic of flowing well through the airbrush. It should be nice and clean where my airbrush doesn't keep getting jammed. That means that the paint can't be too thick. It's got to be like thin enough for me to feel like, okay, it's gonna go through my airbrush nozzle. And then at the same time, it can't be too thin, because if it's too thin, then what ends up happening is it takes me forever to hand paint because I'll lay down a layer and it's not thick enough. This seems like really thick, which is nice. I could see that it covers in a coat or two. And it's laying out nice and smooth. So that's great. I'll mess with these other colors in a bit, but I do have I see a little bit of gaps here and there that I could fill in, so I'm just filling the gaps in here. My space here is a little tight. I think I've mentioned that to you guys before. No matter how many times I try to get the space to feel a little bit more bigger, it always gets back to claustrophobic. Alright, so let's see what else we got here. We got pinks, we got orange. Man, we got so many different colors. I wish that I hadn't used all the colors up already, but it's okay. We'll figure out some other spots to paint. Oh, I remember I had this guy here, so let's see how that runs. And I was trying to get all of these lines to kind of match up throughout the whole area here. I've got this little turquoise section here, so let's go ahead and paint that. See how that comes out looking. On these thread lines, guys, I try not to apply too heavy of a coat of paint on them. And the reason why is because if you do, then they start to get all like fuzzy looking, and you start to be able to tell that it's paint on there. So usually I'll just lay a nice light layer on it, and then I'll brush it all off. And usually it'll catch enough paint to cover. Oh, that lays really nice, guys. It's nice and smooth when it dries out. And it's keeping a nice saturation. That's important to me, that it's like nice and bright, because this custom here is really like I mean, it's as much of a cartoony custom as you can get, man. Thank you guys for liking the stream, man. I missed the last person who just jumped on. I think that was Peng. Peng, thank you. And ZZA, I'm not even going to try to repeat that name. I'm going to go with Remk. Remk, thank you. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Let's go with this orange. I want to see how that orange hits. Let me clean this brush off a little bit. Any playoff games today? I didn't even check. I didn't even have a chance to check. And what are you guys' playoff predictions now that the Lakers are out, man? Amir, thank you for liking the stream, homie. I appreciate that. It's looking like Brooklyn, huh? Who's thinking Brooklyn over here? Alright, so that's good. Now I wanted to test the orange out, but let's see where's a little spot that I can maybe test it out at. See, that's not really... Well, let's test it out there, because if it doesn't look good for whatever reason, we could just erase it. This one's like kind of behind the wing anyways. Oh yeah, it's bright. Oh, it's nice. It's very much like a soft sunset. Or like an apricot. And you guys don't understand how long it's taken me to get all these lines to look nice and straight. There we go. Cool. Alright, oftentimes when I lay this guy out, then I'll let this wing go, and it'll hit that paint. So sometimes you want to just hold on for a second, let it go ahead and do its thing and dry. While that's drying though, I noticed that I got a little bit of, you know, just like I said, a little bit of paint here. So I'm going to grab a Q-tip and a little bit of acetone. Just a little bit. And that should help clean up all the junk on the back of this wing. See that? So there's no need to paint that all white again. You just take a little bit of acetone and clean it off. There we go. That's cleaned up. Cool. That orange is now settling out, and that looks pretty good for that first coat. In one coat, it pretty much did what it needed to do, which is cover all that white. So I could tell that there's a lot of pigment in this paint. There we go. Alright, so as that's drying, I'm gonna just clean my brush. If you don't have a lot of brushes, guys, you could just do what I'm doing here, which is I take the brush, clean it, take the brush, clean it, you know, and then that way you'll have no problem getting coats in. So let's see what else I got. I wish I had more of a darker purple. I don't. I do have some green. I should have tried that one out. Right, as that's drying, guys, I'm going to just jump on and start to add other colors as we go through, okay? I think the homie Wade is already out of here, huh? I know it's probably a little late out there in the East Coast. The Dye Lab's in the building. What's good, homie? Peng said we need to hook up. Where you at, Peng? Where you located, bro? Or I shouldn't call you bro. I don't know if you're a bro, huh? Where are you located, Peng? Gotcha 6 said don't F up my grails. You're funny, dude. Yeah, I think this could definitely use some green. So let's add another line of green somewhere here. That is, if I can get this freaking cap off. Props to them for having like a second cap, but for us people with bad nails, man, that initial is a little difficult to get up. There we go, it's coming. It's coming. So I'm just kind of going through and I'll round around the whole cap there just to slowly get it out. Otherwise I feel like it's gonna like blast everywhere. I definitely don't want that to happen, especially with this all white shoe. Alright, cool. Peng, thank you for watching, man. I appreciate that. Have you been on before, Peng? I'm not sure if you have or not. Jay Smith in the building. What's good, Jay? I appreciate the fire emojis, homie. You know it. Oh, it's a nice green, yo. That's like a lucky green. That's an Irish green right there. Alright, let's make a new line somewhere. I haven't really made no new lines around here, so I can make a new line somewhere. And I'm gonna just freestyle it. Let's figure out where it should go though. So we can kind of have it maybe wrap in here. For the lines, I try to make them in different like widths and make them look like some are farther away, some are closer. And I'm also having them try to look like they're flowing in a direction. So like if I start with it here, then I got to keep going and continue it somewhere else where it looks like it's flowing with the same line there. And this is where things get a little difficult because you guys could see how many lines now I got to go through and almost got to imagine where things are at, you know? Alright, so I have it starting there. We can start to add some green over here, I bet. There's a little section here. And we'll have it round this way. Whew, okay. So then maybe we can have it come down this way, and we'll have it swoop back up. And this time I'll have it overlap on the other ones here. That way we can see how many coats it takes to cover on top of other colors. All right, so we had it going up and then swing back down. And now we can, from here, have it go this way. Starts to become like a puzzle, man. Trying to figure out where this next line should go. But I like that. I think this is a good little area. It had a lot of white to it. So the green after one coat, it's drying well. And we could just end up going up here somewhere since we've got room. Trying hard not to hit the sock liner. I've had this sock liner crispy white this whole time. Last thing I want to do is mess it up, so I'll come close to it. As I come close to it, I just want to really make sure that I'm keeping the flow of where this green line started from and continues off. Okay, that was stressful. Painting near a white sock liner is always stressful, right? Another cup around here that was nice and clean. I don't know why I'm dealing with this dirty cup. Let me just clean this out right quick. Alright, y'all, let me see what's going on in the chat. I know y'all are probably talking up a storm, and I haven't said nothing to y'all. Clean this little cup out first, though. I always use these little Dixie cups just because they're cheap and they're easy to use. Only thing is sometimes they get dirty on the inside, so just gotta clean them out real quick. So I'll grab a old Q-tip. There we go. That's better. Cool. That way I won't be wish-washing around like dirty paint particles and then putting it on my brush. Let's try to clean that out a little bit. There we go. Cool. Let's put that out. Now you can see how I clean that bristles off here. Really important, guys, when you finish, you're not smashing these bristles. You want to make sure that they stay nice and clean. That way you can keep reusing them and they don't start to like flail all over the place. They don't fray. You know, I've had these for a while now, so I'm getting a re-up real soon. So really can't wait for that. Let's paint a little bit of SpongeBob here. Y'all see SpongeBob in here? How many of you guys even saw him up in here? Just kind of hidden away. See him? Just get any spots here and try to yellow him out a little bit. There we go. Just trying to get these little thread lines here. You can see they got slightly dirty, nothing crazy. There we go, cool. Let's need to paint this little yellow line up. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should change that yellow line. I think that yellow line kind of confuses people because you can't really see SpongeBob as well. So I might just change that yellow line up. Since it's yellow, it should be pretty easy to do that anyways. Sick. Cool. Oh, Eric, your Mavs got put out, homie? Sorry to hear that, dog. Wait, the Mavs got put out? I didn't even know that. I thought they were playing, where are they playing? Who put the Mavs out? I had no clue, man. That's how much I've been paying attention to basketball. I've just been so busy. But that's interesting to know that. Especially because Luka's a beast, dude. What a pickup. I think they had said that Luka and Trae Young were swapped when they first got in the league. And people were saying, like, was that a fair trade? What do you guys think about that trade? I think it's pretty fair, man. I mean, Trae Young is a baller too. And I don't even have to do a second coat really on this. That's dope. I think just maybe right in this section here. Maybe I was running out of paint. So this is like my second layer here on this green. And I'll show you guys a trick as soon as this dries up on how I paint the lines on it. Walter, what's good, homie? How you been, Walter? That's the homie Walter right there. He's been on for a minute. Now I'm just trying to shape the line out a little bit. Give it the curves it needs. Give it any extra paint that it needs. I think this green was a good add. I needed a little bit of a green touch to it. Move this mouse a little bit. You guys notice how I use the brush? Sometimes I'll flip it and then I'll use it just to line things out like I'm doing right now. Watch how I'm using the brush here. I'm using it from really far away. But since the brush's bristles are so nice and crispy, I can like achieve a nice smooth finish and still have that control as well. If I see any extra paint, I try to brush it down, move it away. Alright, so I'm giving this one another coat too. So again, second coat in, guys. This green covered super quick. The other brands that I've been using don't cover this quick, so that's 100% that's a plus because that means it's going to save me time in the long run. Especially with a project like this where you're working with multiple colors. Got to make sure that you're doing it in a timely manner. Which clearly I wasn't because I'm like 2 years in on this thing. Working on it on and off, so. Alright, now this part here, guys, I overlapped the green on top of the other colors and same thing. This is two colors in, or 2 layers in, and it happened to cover real quick. I like that. Cool. So that's good. We have the green coming down here. Let's continue to wrap that green a little bit. So let's see. This is a board here. Can I wrap it? Is there any spots to wrap it? Not really. Okay, so let's see if we can maybe color in other spots here. So we got it going up, down, this way, that way. Could probably just hit a little spot here as well. And I've got to blend it to go in with this rest of these lines a little bit. So there we go. Cool. Making it look like it is behind all the lines. Just clean this off real quick. Let me show you where we're at here, guys. I know it's it's kind of hard to tell where we're at here, right? Because there's so many lines everywhere. But I just added that little green spot here in the back. I've added now green over in this section here. Then I had to wrap all the way up and wrap this way around. I've added a little bit of green here. Very minimal spots that I can really paint on this now. Should be more of a cleaning up kind of a phase, okay? So I told you guys I'll show you guys a quick trick on how to paint these lines up. 1 second, because if I don't have the tool, it's gonna be a little hard to do that, right? Where did it go? Where'd you go, buddy? Give me a sec, guys. I think I know where it's at. Where did you go? Where did you go? Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. I know I got it here. Oh, maybe in here? Let's see. It's orange. I tell you, man, whenever I need something, it's never around. Is it up here? Not up there. Oh, here it is. Man, I got like 5 of these, and they're all lost every time. All right, Shevin, let me show you how to get this line work right. So I like to use these for line work, Posca paint markers. I use these guys because it feels like using like a regular pen, and I prefer to do that rather than dipping paint on a brush and trying to get the lines right, because you'll never get them as clean as you can with just a regular pen, right? Because you're used to writing with the pen. So usually what I'll do is I'll use the Posca markers. You can use it like when the paint is still wet, but I prefer to have the paint to be dry. Like right now, this looks pretty well dried, and so you can run through now and start to do your line work. And the line work now will come out nice and crisp, as long as you're obviously trying to make it crisp. You'll see as I apply it, I'm being very gentle with the pen, meaning I'm not pressing down on it. I'm just trying to get it to have a nice thin stream. And this is going to be your key factor in making your lines look crispy, but at the same time, they'll start to give direction to all of your lines too. Like this now will look a lot more like, oh yeah, it's curving from one spot to another. This part might be a little difficult because it's really close to the sock liner. So as I do it, I want to be real careful not to hit the sock liner. I'm doing same method that I usually do, which is putting my pinky down. See how I press my pinky on the shoe? It helps kind of give me a little bit more control. Woo! That's coming like hella close. Let me get up for this. Y'all see how dangerously close I am to that sock liner there. The reason I did it like this, where I'm kind of dropping it straight down, is that way I won't smudge the sock liner doing it like this. If I had this at an angle, there's a lot more potential for me to hit that white sock liner, and I definitely don't want to do that. Again, I'm going to pull that wing back here so I could access a little bit easier. There we go. Looks pretty good. Now, one of the ends I like to get it to look a little bit darker, so it'll give it a little bit of depth. So for example, on this end here, I can make it look a little bit darker. It'll make it look like almost like it's a shadow of the line. And then as I get to another portion here, it should kind of fade out or get thinner because we're getting into this other section here. Okay? So as I do that, you can see there's a lot of other spots that I could touch up. This is the orange that we were working on earlier. When I get to the thread lines here, I'm very careful because I flicked this paint marker pen all over the shoes before. So you really want to be careful at these little spots there. If you happen to make the line too dark, you can always repaint on top of it. So don't ever worry about, oh man, that looks bad. Like for example here, it looks a little too dark. So I'll just grab another layer of that Alpha 6 paint and just paint over it when it dries. Don't paint it now, let it dry out, and then once that black line is dried out, then we can continue to do what we're doing, okay? So let's just do a couple more lines here, because I could see I didn't put a lot of effort into getting these lines to look dark. So because this line is the line that's underneath, I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. Again, just like it was the shadow. And then as I come through here, this looks like it's the other side of the line, so I'm not going to make it as thick. I just want it to be emphasized here. It almost feels like doing surgery. But I'll tell you, when you guys get good at figuring out which lines should look thicker and thinner, it gives a lot more perspective on your artwork. There we go. So we're pretty close to getting this one done here. There we go. See how much more crisp they look now? How many of you guys have used these Posca paint pens? The black is definitely my favorite, just because I use it so much. Oh man, let me take a quick break, y'all. Peng said ATL versus Philly, huh? Peng, where are you located, man? You said you got to be awake to watch the games. Joe Coco GG. I'm great. How you doing? Oh, it's 3 p.m. over there. It's 7 p.m. over here, man. Where are you located, Peng? Sneaky Reeky in the building. What's good, man? You joined us a little late, but you're still here. Oh man, I got so many other messages. I didn't even check, guys. Sorry. Oh, Peng's in Nigeria. Crazy, man. Really cool. Are you painting out there, Peng? I want to paint the outsole. Too hard plus paint or sole bright plus paint. Thank you in regards from Argentina. Oh, that's cool, man. Well, glad to see, man. We got people worldwide over here, yo. So, Joe Coco GG had a question. They asked, is this paint better than Angelus? I can't answer that yet because this is my first time using it, and it seems to be going on really well. It's laying very well, but I don't know what the durability of it is yet. If anyone can chime in and let us know, have you used this paint before? I see a lot of artists using this paint, so I wouldn't be putting it on my shoes unless I had confidence that it's going to last and it's going to do well. But so far, man, all these paint colors, especially the lighter colors, I always have problems with other paint brands putting lighter colors down. You'd have to layer them 4, 5, 6 times. This is doing it in like 2 coats. So in that regard, man, I think that this is pretty awesome paint so far. So I know that didn't exactly answer your question, Joe Coco, but hopefully somebody could chime in and give us some feedback in their experience here. Okay. The other question you had, you wanted to paint this sole, right? The outsole. He said too hard plus 2 paint. That's not gonna work. It's gonna chip. Sole bright and paint. That's not gonna work. That's gonna chip. I would leave it alone, dude. To be honest with you, the reason why I say that is because in my experience when I've worked with trying to dye the outsoles or paint them, paint's always going to chip. This is a rubber product here. Rubber does not sink in well. Paint doesn't sink into the rubber well. So I would tell you, if you want to find an outsole maybe that matches what you're going for, that would be the way to go. Like for example, when I was working on Penny Hardaway's shoes, he wanted an all black Jordan 4 LV Supreme Custom. That meant that I couldn't just find like this sole and work with it because he wanted the whole shoe to be all black. So I had to go searching for an all black sole on the bottom, which there was not a lot of options at that point, especially with him being a size 14. Some people, I've seen them use I-Dye Poly, that's what it is, by Jacquard. And what they do is they use that I-Dye Poly, they put it in hot water, like boiling water, and then they'll dip the whole shoe into or not the whole shoe, just the sole portion into that hot water. And that I-Dye Poly it's like a dye, so it'll start to absorb into the rubber, but it'll never be like a bright neon color or anything. It'll just basically change the shade. And then also you would need to start with like a white or a lighter color base sole in order for that to change colors. So hopefully that answered your question, man. I know that that's not it's not probably what you want to hear, but I'm just trying to be honest with you, and I'd rather you do a custom and be happy with it and it doesn't break apart on you later on. Okay? So hopefully that answered that. Let me just jump in and see what else we got here. You're definitely getting a lot of coverage with just that little bit. The paint ain't cheap. You know what, Eric? That's a great point. I did see a lot of people mentioning the pricing on Alpha 6 Corporation's paint. They did say that it was more expensive. And the only thing that I can tell you about that is you get what you pay for. If you're going to go to Walmart and get like paint there and try to use it, and it's like $1.99, and you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to use Walmart paint. Well, the thing is these guys have done their research to see like what it actually works on. And even if you look at the labels, it says here, use on leather, patent leather, canvas, paper, fabric, wood, plaster, masonry, paper mache, or most non-slick, non-oily surfaces. I mean, that covers a lot of different variations of mediums that you can actually paint with this on, And I don't see that with a lot of paint brands. You know, a lot of paint brands are specific with, this is what we do. This one is pretty universal, and I think that the price matches up for what it's worth. You know, like if you're gonna ride in a Honda Civic, no offense, I own a Honda Civic too, versus a Ferrari. Well, a Ferrari is going to be more expensive, you know, because you're getting what you pay for. So, you know, in that regard, man, I would just say, you know, if you're really serious about painting shoes and you want to have durability and make sure that it lasts, I would pay the extra couple of bucks. I mean, that's just how it is, you know. A lot of times I try to Mickey Mouse it and buy cheaper stuff and think I can get away with it, and then it just ends up breaking apart. Then I got to go back and rebuy the proper stuff that I needed to fix it, and so it ends up being more expensive for you at the end. Okay, so Eric, great point about the pricing. I don't know what the pricing looks like. I did see some people commenting about it, but you know, quality over quantity any day of the week for me. So, hey man, the Dye Lab, anytime, brother. He said, appreciate all the love and support the family show on IG. Much love. You're part of the Patreon family, man. I think everybody's real positive. Corey King's part of the Patreon family too. What's good, homie? How you living? Sneaky Ricky said, no doubt. GT Chong said, bought a paint puck from Amazon the other week. Super useful for keeping brushes clean as you work. Man, you need a. Oh, is that Grail Crew? Sorry, Grail Crew said that for keeping brushes clean as you work. Grail Crew, if you could link or send us a link or something so we could see what you're talking about, that would be great, man. GT Chong said, wow, that looks like some Ruhan Wang artist vibes. I'm loving the colors. Thank you, man. I mean, I'm trying to get it to be as colorful as possible. I think one of the hardest things on this custom is trying to get all the line work to look nice and clean at the end, you know? That's what's really going to be, I think, the challenge at the end for me is when do you stop? Because I could go on this custom, which I have for days. And so I just want to make sure that when it's all said and done, that it looks the part, you know? See, every line that I make is super tight. And so I got to be real consistent with being careful with everything here. Especially when you get to like these thread lines. These thread lines can be a real challenge. Alright, so I had a little green that I added here. So let's start to line out what I didn't do yet. There we go. Cool. And I think we had some more stuff here. Let's see, what else did I have to line out here? Oh, here it is. So we started the green here. I think one of the hardest challenges for me on this custom is trying to get a nice blend of different colors to match up and look nice at the end. But I still have a lot of work to do on this. So I've got a little, I could add some turquoise right there. Let's grab my brush. And let's grab a little bit of turquoise. Or I'm sorry, they call it peacock. So I can add a little bit of peacock in here. See, this is where things get a little challenging too, because I've got all kinds of colors everywhere. And I got to make sure that they kind of contrast with one another. So like I got a pink here and a red, so I couldn't go with anything that's in that pink and red family. go. Real tight little spots here. Okay, so now I've got to get that side border. Side border. What color should we do? Strover! Thank you for subscribing, homie. Thank you. Strover. That's an interesting name. Okay, so I got to add a border. What border color should we add? So I've got an orange. I've got a blue. I could do a purple. Let's do a little bit of purple. Ooh, now I'm seeing that it's starting to dry. Now I think part of the reason is because I got a fan here that's literally hitting me in my back. So I don't think that this should normally dry this quickly. But then again, I did add only like a drop or two of each one. So I do that so I could make sure this doesn't happen. Because if I use too much paint and it dries out, then it's just wasted paint. So on a project like this, I'm just doing a little bit at a time. So this is, I'm just trying to get this little edge here. As I'm getting the edge on this Princeton brush, I'm just using literally just the tip here. See that? Look how small that is. And I could use another brush. It doesn't necessarily need to be this one. This is actually not what it's used for, but I think that I've just gotten used to using this brush for this kind of smaller detail stuff too. Cool. So I got that down. It's tight. See how small that little spot was? And I think since I got a little bit more on the brush, I could just clean up anything else. So this is a good time to look for any other spots that you need to clean up. And then I've got this yellow that looks a mess over here. So I'm going to change that yellow out. I wonder if we could use, actually we could use green. So let's see if this green will pick up a little bit. It's good because I've been meaning to add a little bit more green. And I'm lucky this one is yellow because it'll cover hopefully right away. Sick. This paint hasn't dried out yet, which is good. Let's get right around SpongeBob's nose there. Alright, that's looking good. And I'll just continue the, again, you see how I'm continuing that yellow line, so that means it's got to be over here. May have to take these laces off to finish this little section up, but while we're here, let's just hit this up. Alright, and the green keeps going up here. I think that's good because now we can start to see SpongeBob a little bit more. Still got to detail him out. Alright, am I going to be daring and try to do this? Let's see. Eee, that's tight. That's big tight. There we go. Cool. Pretty successful there. And since we got it, we might as well clean these lines up real quick. Sweet. Okay, that looks good, man. I feel productive today. I like that. Here's another green line here. I just didn't line it out. Cool. Now I think we got all these green lines kind of settled. We can start to move on. Alright, so I've got a green panel here. Let's pick up some new colors, man. Let's grab a little bit of this. What is this one? Mint. Let's see what mint looks like. Superman lover, man. I think that a lot of people have trouble with the sock liner, so don't feel discouraged. I think that's more of a practice makes perfect kind of a thing. At least for me that was. But yeah, man, airbrushing, you got to really make sure that everything is masked off when you guys are working with that sock liner, especially if it's white. Oh, that was easy. Could have just done that this whole time. Yeah, that came off much easier. Alright, toss that one out. Ah, Sneaky Reeky, you're using these paint pucks too? So what the heck is a paint puck? Somebody want to explain what that is? Alright, where should we add a little bit of mint? Mint this bad boy up. Y'all notice how calculating I am when it comes to this. I don't like to just choose a color and go with it. I'm very particular about it. Let's put this up a little bit here. There we go. Added a little mint there. Where else can we go here with this? Lining this guy's shoe out a little bit. Oh, snap. Fell on me. Okay, so let's grab a Q-tip. And I think I showed you guys this earlier, right? Q-tip, a little bit of acetone. While it's still wet, what I'm going to do is go in and clean it up. I rotate the Q-tip 360, so it picks up the paint and then moves it off. There we go. We gotta fix that line up a little bit. Alright, and voila, we're back. We are back. Alright. Where else can I go with this? So many lines in so many different places. It's kind of hard to see. This close? Let's see. Oh yeah, dope. Close enough. Looks like it might need a little bit of that peacock though, so I'm gonna add some peacock here. So mixing peacock and a little bit of mint. Let's see if we can get this watercolor that I got there splashing. Looks almost like a gift box blue. Dang, like dead on. Dope. Lucky I had both Peacock and this mint. Alright, and let's add a little bit over here. What color can I do this one here? I feel like I should change it up. We got mint. Maybe I could add orange. Just add a little orange to it. Clean this brush off. Oh, Clippers knocked him out. The Clippers knocked him out? Graham, you're telling me the Clippers knocked out the Mavericks? Is that right? Man, that's crazy because everybody keeps talking about Paul George hasn't been really doing what he needs to be doing. This is that orange sherbet. That sherbet feels like it's about to dry, so I'm not going to go too deep with it. Maybe I could dig in and just get a little bit more that's not dry yet, just to get this edge. Yeah, buddy. Cool. So that's good. What else do we got going here? It's been so long since I worked on these, so it's nice to see them again. So much going on. Really is. Let's see here. So that front looks okay. I think I need to line SpongeBob out a little bit, so let's get him in. Mix again. So I could see his eye is a little off. So I'm going to run in and try to get it to be a little bit darker. That should help him stand out a little bit too. When you're pairing the black with bright colors, that's what really helps them pop out. Goes his teeth right here. And then this is supposed to be the side of his body here. Okay. You'll notice how much things start to look more clear when you have black lined around it. For example, this is his mouth here. Woo! Okay. Feeling pretty confident about this now. Here's SpongeBob, y'all. Man, crazy. Luca's watching from the stands now too, huh? Hey, Walter, man, if anytime, brother. I'm glad that you got everything going, man. Corey said Angeles or the Alpha. Yo, I'm not gonna get into all that, y'all. You guys can decide for yourself, but you know, so far I'm really happy with this paint. I actually I wish I had more paints, then that way I can really mix up all the different colors that I got going here. But you know what? I might have to just contact them. Speaking of, man, I know that we're at 50 Patreon members now, so I just want to shout you guys out. Thank you guys for supporting, obviously. And I told you guys at 50 followers, we're gonna have a giveaway. So what I might do is I might just buy some of this Alpha 6 paint. Maybe you get a whole pack for you guys, and we'll do that for the next giveaway. So if you guys are in the giveaway tier and you are here right now and you're part of the Patreon family, will you guys let me know what you think about that? I know y'all said this paint is a little expensive, but it won't be expensive if I give it away, right? It'll be a little bit easier in your pockets when it's free. Line work looking good now. Get in there with the line work, yo. After all this is said and done, guys, I'm going to seal the entire project. So just to give that extra protection that I'll need, you don't want to just keep it as is. Right. With these paint markers, you got to keep going. You can't stop because they run really quickly. So it's important that if you're going, you just keep going with them. The last step is going to be me making sure that all of the lines are all black and finalized and clean and crisp. So if those look messy, then the whole custom's going to end up looking messy. This part right here, guys, is from 808s and Heartbreaks, Kanye West's album. And just some background behind that. I believe it was Cause who actually made that album. So that's why you can see that it's all this craziness here. But the end of this portion here is what is actually the colors of the 808s and Heartbreak album. That's why you guys can see that I got a little bear here as well. He's wearing the little solars. You know, but just some background. You can see the tongue as well here. Let me show you all the tongue. See? And so I thought it was a fitting idea to have, you know, since we're doing a Cause in Murakami, that we have this kind of a theme. And you could see how many hours I probably worked on this freaking thing because, dude, this was just... You know, it's just an intense amount of work when you're going through and doing all these different colors. So whenever you have a shortcut, which is not technically a shortcut, but, you know, if the paints are laying a little bit thicker and you have to work on them a little less, that's always a plus. Honestly, I wish I had known about this paint earlier. But you know what? Better late than never, right? There we go. Yeah, I'm a stickler for line work, man. My line work has to be like impeccable. Otherwise, I'll keep working on it over and over and over until I get it right. Uh-oh, that was a little too much. That's okay. All right, let me get out one of my little detail ones. I haven't even used the rest of my brushes, and I'm really guilty for just using the same brush over and over. But the 10-0 by Princeton Select, this is another great brush here. It's really, really thin. Has a very fine tip, and I like that because if you ever have to do like very minor line work or detail work, this is a great brush to do that with. Why did I even pull this out? I know I saw something here that bothered me, and it was yellow. Sorry guys. I mean, there's so much stuff going on. I gotta figure out what was I going to highlight. Well, this part right here needs a little bit of a touch up, so I'll add that now. Cool. Oh, there it is. I saw I hadn't finished this guy right here, so I'm gonna just give him a little yellow leg. I was sitting there like, I know I saw something that needed to be painted. But see, when you're working with brushes and you're working with a small space like this, it's a lot smarter of an idea to not be lazy like me and actually get the right brush instead of trying to finagle that big old brush that I've been working with. There we go. Cool. So got his leg kind of painted in. Where's that red? Let's add some red. I feel like we could add a little bit of red. I got some pink. Man, I got so many different colors. Yeah, Walter, man, I agree with you, man. I'm looking at these paints and they coat super quick, man. I like that. Makes things a lot easier. Walter, by the way, man, how did the pattern work out, dude? You never sent me your progress pics on that, dude. And I think I had sent you some extra laces as well, right? Just to say thank you. Forgot which one it was. Oh, I remember now because you're telling me you're working on a certain color custom, and I think I threw some off-white laces in there for you. Oh, that red is nice, dude. It's like a cherry. Sick. Okay, where can we paint red now? So many colors, so little space. Well, this red looks like it needs to be recoated, so let's recoat it. It's got a bunch of little overspray and stuff on it. Ooh. There we go. So your last step should always be lining everything out, because oftentimes I do this and I'll paint on top of the black lines on accident, and then I'll reline them out, and then I'll paint again, and I'm like, oh dang, I did it again. So last step, guys, just for reference, you want to coat the reds at the end. Oh yeah, this is coating really nice too. Cool, man. I'm happy to see that. Found a red that's coating well. Oftentimes, for some reason, I've been using the other paint brands and they start to get like a darker red. They don't stay like this true cherry red. So this will be a plus if it stays that nice cherry color. See, like right here, I got to figure out what to do this edge to the border. Maybe I'd do it a turquoise. It's got to be a color that I haven't been using. Oh, I could do a mint. How about that? That mint should work nice. Yeah, dope. Goes nice with that little light pink too, that soft pink. See, this is like a tight space right here. This is when this little Princeton brush comes in ideal. There we go. What else am I missing? Am I missing anything else? I know I've got some spots to fill in. Still got to fill in homeboy's foot right here. So I've got his foot. I've got a couple of edges right here on this plank. Let's see what we can do. We could do a yellow. Kind of fun choosing like the combinations you can place down on this. Okay, so got that yellow on point. I think I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. I need it. It's been a minute. Oh, you know what? Let me get this little edge and then I'll take a break. I found another one right here. So many small edges that I'm probably missing and I'm just not looking hard enough. Oh man, in one coat though is awesome. Sick. Especially when you're on it, like a small edge like this, you want it to coat as quickly as it can. Because the more times you go over it, the more likely you are to make a mistake. Right. And I've got... I think I had to line out another green piece here. Oh, here it is. This guy right here. Let's see, can you guys see that okay? I think you guys know what I'm doing anyways, right? Sick. So this is where I'm at, guys, as I take a break. That is like a whole bunch of hoopla going on, huh? Oh, man. Alright, so as that side settles, let's add a little bit on this side real quick. And I know I told myself I'm going to take a break, but then I keep seeing things that... let me touch that up before I take a break. See, applying that even pressure is a challenge sometimes, but you know, as you get used to it, it's like writing like with a pen. That's a nice little combo, that orange and mint. Alright, so let me see what else you guys got. What do you guys got going on over here? Let's see, Dye Labs over here getting Chinese food. Are you going to paint the midsole for some added pop? Man, you know, I was thinking about that, dude. What do you guys think? Graham GT Chong said, are you going to paint the midsole? I mean, at this point, I might as well, huh? There's no plans for me, man. This is just kind of like a freestyle. Just do whatever you feel like doing kind of a gig. So I didn't have any intention of doing it, Graham, but now you're making me think about it. That's a good question, man. 3mm or 1.3mm bullet tip Posca. Grill Crew, great question, man. I should have definitely mentioned that to you. This one says 0.7mm. This is a fine tip. I believe they have a very fine tip. I'm not 100% positive about that. But for super fine tip stuff, I like to use these Micron Pigma pens. I know a lot of you guys who've been on watching me have seen me use these Micron Pigmas. This one here is a 01, which I believe is like a 0.2 or 0.25 millimeter. So it gets real thin, real thin. See that? So these are kind of like my go-tos when it comes to lining stuff out. I don't use paint brushes to line stuff out normally. Sometimes I do because it's necessary. For example, like on the thread line, sometimes I'll have to add a little bit of black because, you know, when the thread lines start to punch in to the leather, then the leather gets kind of wavy, and so my Posca pen might not be able to reach into those little curves and stuff. So I'll either use, for example, that Pigma pen, or I'll use a paintbrush. And as I say that, I just noticed that I missed this, so I'm gonna just run through it real quick. Y'all see how many lines that I could easily miss out of this thing? And I'm painting in this awkward way too, where I'm trying to get you guys to be able to see. So it's a little difficult, so forgive me. I'm just happy I haven't really messed up yet. And this is going to need another coat for sure, whatever green I used. The whole point of this custom is to look cartoony, so hopefully I achieved that for you guys. Should look animated. There we go. Cool. Got that little spot there, and I know I'm missing a million other spots all over this, even though it looks like it's pretty well versed and it has that nice dark black to it. Again, I'm trying to get all of the, as an example, you see this mint one here, you can see the black line underneath it is a little bit darker, and I'm just doing that to add that three-dimensional kind of a look when it comes to being a cartoon. So, you know, something for you guys to keep in mind. And again, thinner lines to thicker lines kind of gives a good like visualization for you guys to see, like, oh yeah, they're intertwining and intermingling with one another, and some of them are popping out at you, some of them are going into the shoe. So rather than looking at this like, oh yeah, this is just like an X and Y kind of an axis, now I'm thinking inside and outside like a Z axis, which will I'm probably way over people's heads now. They're like, dude, why is this guy talking about math and graphs? But, you know, just to give you guys that dimension, even though this is a cartoon kind of a look. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. The Dye Lab said he has not used the pens before. You gotta, dude, you gotta get on the pens, homie. Sadir Ellis, on their site, they say when prepped properly, it lasts 4 to 6 years. That's a long time, dude. Like, honestly, man, if I were to wear these customs, I think I'd wear them 2-3 years max, and then I'd probably get tired of them. So 4 to 6 is double the lifespan of what I'd usually use, you know. And Corey King had a great question. He said, can you airbrush? Absolutely, you can airbrush with this stuff. That's the whole point of having the ball in there. You can hear the ball because it breaks up the paint and the pigments. It evens out and distributes the paint, so it's like the same content in the whole bottle rather than like some of the paint falling to the bottom. You have all of the ingredients mixed together with this little ball, and so I think that they have really good bottles. I really like these bottles, man. That makes pouring them a lot easier. And then on top of that, sometimes what I do with other paints, I'll leave the cap open and then that paint dries out real fast. So Corey, 100%, dude. If you need to oh man, I think I sent the link, but I'll send you guys a link because I know today we're really concentrating on them. That's the link for y'all, okay? So there you go, cool. Let's see what other questions we got here. Oh, okay. Corey, you're going to purchase the whole set, bro? That's crazy. Well, I appreciate you if you use the link, man. That way they know that I'm doing my job, because they send this stuff to me for free to test it out and just kind of give you guys I think that they need people to know about them. I didn't know about them, so I don't know how many of you guys have known about them. I know some of you guys have known about them, didn't tell me. Still mad about you guys about that, but all good. Got a lot of traction on my... Yeah, buddy. The Dye Lab, man. Y'all got to check out. He did a set of marble customs and looked really, really good. By the way, Patreon family, man, you guys got a lot of positive feedback from me on putting your guys' work up on my page on Instagram. Again, it just really boils down to you guys need to get people to know about your work, the awareness that you're out there. I know today I spoke to Flight School Customs. He's getting a potential order for a recon. So that's awesome, man. So Patreon family, hopefully you guys got either more likes, more follows. I know a lot of you guys told me you're getting more follows and likes. I got a lot of people responding back to me like, yo, those are fire. Can you make them for me? And I'm like, no, those aren't mine. Read, it says Patreon fam, made by at the Dye Lab, or made by at Flight School Customs, or made by Webb's Custom Kicks, made by Corey King. So you guys, hopefully you guys appreciated that. And I'm thinking to do that maybe once a month. So let me know if you guys like that idea. I really want to get your guys' work out there. It's hard, it's hard to get your work out there. There's so much stuff flying around the internet, around Instagram, around all these social media sites. So hopefully we can get your guys' work out there more, and you'll get more followers. And ideally, I want you guys to make more money. That's the whole point of joining the Patreon. Okay, so Sadir said it costs more, but it sticks to more surfaces. Yeah, that we read that. It was crazy how many things it sticks to with the textile medium already in it. Angelus, don't do that. You got to buy too soft. Right, exactly. So that's a great point that you brought up, Sadir. Is I haven't spoken to Alpha 6 Corporation yet on how to use this on fabrics. But they did tell me that you can use this straight up on the midsole, or you guys can add, they have like an adhesion promoter, kind of like this acrylic promoter by GAC 200. So if you guys have an opportunity to buy the paints, you guys should probably get that, because it goes hand in hand as well. Corey King said, so I can paint the sock liner with it too. That's crazy. Yeah, I think so, man. I'll get back to you on that, Corey. I know you're a Patreon family, homie, so I'll get back to you. If you could just DM me and remind me right now, because I got so many things going on. But I'll definitely check with you on that, bro, for sure. Oh, thank you for that link, Grail Crew. For those of you guys that were wondering what the heck a puck was, he just put up a link there, so then you can use that for the brushes. Eric Cook said, good looking out, Sadir. Yeah, man, Sadir, you added a lot of value right there, man. I appreciate that so much. Damn bots, Johnny 5 rolling over his grave right about now. Grill Crew just trying to help. Yeah, for sure. Sorry about that, Grill Crew. I think we have a bot that when you put when you put a link up, it warns you not to put up links, and I think that's more for, you know, people don't want to catch viruses and stuff like that on their computer. So, GT, you brought it back to the Johnny 5, bro. Help me, Rhonda, bro. That's funny. Oh, thanks, Corey. I appreciate that, man. We had I got a couple of these. I have this one in black, and then I have one in the standard Dodger blue as well. Eric Cooks, I got a jet, but hey, bro, shout out to you for doing this video and getting the product out. I've been wondering how this was. Definitely going to make the crossover from Angeles at some point. Hey, man, absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you again for joining me, Eric. I don't know if you've been on before. I believe you have. If you haven't, I'd love to see you back on, homie. Please make sure to subscribe. Moises Martinez in the building. He's over on YouTube as well. When you're working on vans on canvas, which is, you know, what vans usually are, how do you prevent bleeding under the stencil? That's a great question, Moises. My question to you is, are you hand painting it or are you airbrushing it? So let's start with that, and then we'll dive into that, okay? Grill Crew, I know you got a warning, dude. I don't know, does that mean anything when you guys get a warning? I have no clue. Hopefully you guys don't get kicked out or something. I'll get you guys back on. I know you're trying to help Grill Crew, so, and your Patreon family as well, bro. So speaking of, man, if you guys haven't joined Patreon family, we have a link right here. It's patreon.com/feelgoodthreads, and we do a lot more creative things than just painting shoes on there. I think that a lot of you guys can vouch for me on that you guys are on. And we do giveaways, man. So it's a nice way for you guys to help support, and we give stuff back. So the Patreon family is, like I said, I'm going to be working with Alpha 6 hopefully, and I'll get you guys a set of this on our next giveaway, which is going to be like soon. I'll contact Alpha probably tonight, and hopefully I'll get a response back. They're very quick on responding back, which is awesome. Awesome, Grill Crew. Thank you for sending that link on Insta, because I know I'm going to be searching through this whole chat looking for that. Sadir said, that's a good question. However, I did see that Liquid Kicks came out with a product that is clear and seals every spot you missed so that paint doesn't leak. Yeah, absolutely. Liquid Kicks. I've got Liquid Kicks all over the place over here. I don't know where it's at now, but it is a great scratch-resistant sealer. So absolutely. If KD stays healthy along with Harden, getting Harden back, I don't see them losing to anybody else in the playoffs. All I got to say is they ended up getting Blake Griffin. They ended up getting KD. They've got Kyrie. They've got James Harden. They've got too much of an offensive arsenal. Even an old Blake Griffin is still killing it. You know? I don't know if you guys saw that one play where he did that little back shove. And I think KD was the one who ended it with the off the glass dunk, which was nuts. But yeah, man, when they're on full cylinders, like you said, man, if nobody's hurt, it's a wrap. I think Brooklyn's taking it this year. Grill Crew, where are you located again? I think you're in Australia, I believe, right? Because you said you can't get it over here. I wonder if that's because you can't ship paints overseas. It's interesting. Dialab, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. You know, like I said, it's been it's been too long since I haven't finished this up. So I was supposed to send these to De Jesus Customs. Shout out to Dylan, man. Dylan's been just doing an incredible job with social media, with everything. And he had asked me to send this to him a couple of years back, and I never had the chance to finish it because of all the work I've had. And then I haven't even started the box yet. Like facepalm right now, bro. Like I want to do a box for him too. So I just do a solid color, but the art just takes you into places. But that would be dope. But also maybe muddy now that I think about the midsole painting. That's what I was thinking too, Graham. I thought if I added too much on the midsole, that maybe it will take away from all of the artwork up top. You know, it would almost need to be like you'd have to either continue the design on the midsole, which, man, I ain't trying to continue this design, dude. It's taking me way too long to do this. Let's see. Oh, that's why you asked me about my work on the DMs. Yeah, Graham, did I post you on the DMs, bro? I posted all the Patreon guys, everybody on Patreon. I posted on my DMs. I asked you guys, send me your best work, the most proudest work that you are like wanting to show off, and everybody sent me their proudest work. And I think we missed you on the bus, bro. Let me know, man. If I didn't put you up, I'll still put you up. Yes, Joe Coco GG asked, great question, man. Joe Coco with the great questions today. He said, I have a question. I paint the back tabs on the J4. Should I apply a finisher? So he's talking about these back tabs right here. First off, if you guys are working with back tabs, I 100% would recommend y'all use some kind of a film hardener like this, GAC 200. I also recommend you guys use adhesion promoter as well. I got this one right here. Some of you guys can't get this, I know, if you're out of the country, but this is SEM 38363. I usually put this on first before I start painting the tabs, and then I'll lace it with a Liquid Kicks scratch resistant sealer at the end. So yeah, absolutely, I would definitely apply a finisher at the end. Oh, and then Graham just said, yes, you should. I mean, he made it way simpler than I did, right? Sydney man in the building. Yeah, I remember. Grill Crew, quick question, man. Did you come to my channel because of, oh, why am I drawing a blank? He's from New Zealand. And I think you did because he's always rating the channel, too. Jackson Greening. Yeah, and Graham, thanks for answering all the questions for me, man, as I'm working, dude. He said, yeah, if it's plastic, I would, and if you swap the back tab and want to change the colors, get it white and use poly dye to dye it to your desired color and paint the Nike Air custom text or design. Dude, you got that pretty much straight up. That's the most proper way to do it, what Graham just said. Okay, so Grill Crew, you said I can order Angeles direct from the U.S., but no overseas shipping offered yet. I don't think they're going to be offering shipping overseas for quite some time since COVID hit, man. Just for kicks. Speed Infusion, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, Just for Kicks. Grill Crew, did you come on because of Just for Kicks? That's my guy right there, man. Jackson is such a nice guy. Very good artist, too, man. It's hard to find artists over in Australia and New Zealand, so very few. I know Legacy Colorway Customs, Patreon family as well. He's doing an excellent job out there. Grill Crew, it's you. And I think Jackson, you guys are really the only people that I know that were either from New Zealand or Australia. Oh, Graham, dude. He said, I didn't send you any of my work because I thought you had gotten hacked. Thought it was a weird question, but now I get it. Yeah, no worries, Graham. I mean, I'll still put you up. I think you even DM'd me and said, hey, did you get hacked? And I told you, nah, I didn't get hacked, man. I didn't get hacked. I almost wish I did get hacked because the Instagram got disabled, and I've been trying to just get it back. And since then, we've had to now put a temporary Instagram up. So if you haven't already, it's not Feel Good Threads right now. It's Feel Good Threads LA. So please follow us at Feel Good Threads LA. Okay, cool, man. Grill Crew, that's awesome, bro. Well, thank you either way, man, for supporting and being a Patreon member, man. So, all right, y'all, it's 8 o'clock, man. I think we've been on here for 2 hours, yo. My recap. I mean, I just, so far so good. I still got to test the paints out, like wearing them and everything. But you guys are giving, yeah, I know it sucks, Graham. You guys are giving a lot of really, really good feedback. I'm really impressed with the way that it layers out. Corey had the question of, I wonder how it is in the airbrush. So maybe that'll be my next, that'll be the next vibe. Let me know what you guys think about that, I know a lot of you guys don't have the opportunity for whatever reason to join us live. So if you have not, please comment, let us know. Please like the posts. Let us know how I did today. If you have any feedback for me, I'm 100%, I'm always good with feedback as long as it's constructive. Like stuff where you guys are telling me that I'm ugly or, the customs are weak. I already know that. I got enough trolls telling me that stuff. I would just like to have any more constructive feedback. I know the lighting was a little messed up today, guys, so we're working on that. Graham, thank you, man. I appreciate you for being on as always, man. But yeah, we're working on getting the stream to keep being better and hopefully get more people on. If you guys have a chance to donate, man, we work off of donations. So the last 2 hours, I know I've just been I've been rambling on for free, but if you guys have a buck or two to donate, we have links that have been, the bots have been throwing them links up, and it says something along the lines of, if you like my work, please donate. I do appreciate any donations that come across. Just kind of helps feed the family, And now we're streaming on Facebook Live on the business account, so that also does cost a little bit of money for us. So that'll help us offset the costs. You know what I mean? Time is 8:01, guys. I would love to give you guys another 5 minutes or so. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So if you have not said one thing the whole time, for whatever reason, you're just watching TV and listening, or now you just said, oh, dang, I just remembered the question that I had. Hit me up, man. I'm here. I'm available for you guys, and would love to help you guys out, okay? So time is 8:02. Let's do it until 8:07. As you guys are looking and thinking in your brain for questions, not like high speed infusion, I'll just keep detailing this stuff out because I got a lot more to do, all right? I'm surprised you're still on speed infusion. You're usually knocked out because little immature kids like you knock out early. G. Just the letter G. Thank you for subscribing, homie. Really got to get this lighting fixed, man. It is really annoying. Alright, so that looks good. This fool fell asleep. Oh, man. I really appreciate that, Michaela. I need these that cause vibe be fire. Yeah, that took a lot of work too, man. You know what was a lot of work, actually? Was this one. This one took forever to paint. That Murakami right there. That big old flower. But it came out looking pretty nice, though, when it was all said and done. He goes, did I even show you all this? Bart on this little surfboard right there. Should have painted that surfboard in. Snoopy. Blowing Murakami bubbles. Man, you guys always talking about pizza up on this joint, man. Get me hungry every time. Let's see what else we got. Got so much work to put in. I gotta really just take the time, and I think I'll probably give this a full day one day this week. Just to really finish these off. Let me see here. Alright, so anybody else have questions? Grill Crew said I'm going to head down to the studio to do my own painting. See y'all next time. Hey, Grill Crew, thank you so much for joining again, man. Appreciate you. You got a couple minutes left, guys. Anybody else have any questions, let me know. I'm tired. I'm tired, and now I feel like pizza. Because you guys always talk about pizza. I got a little... Is this SpongeBob? I don't know if that's SpongeBob or not there. It's interesting. Let's find a little brush here. Get my little brushes on. Oh, look at this, all the paint's dried. Okay, I guess that's my cue to stop painting. Need to get a new cutting mat. Oh, it's all good. Dude, I had Sabaros the other day, man. Sabaros is bomb. Melvin, what's up, man? Been following you for some time. Those fuzzy dunks you did were major tough. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I did like a couple pairs of them. I think I did. So I did Ronnie's. Then I did 2 for Jordan. Man, I probably did about 10 or so of them all together. And then it was time to move on. So I think I retired those now. They were Jordan 1s though, Melvin, actually. Graham, you know about that Sabaros, bro? Man, the Sabaros, if you really know Sabaros, you know about that the double stuffed ones with like spinach and broccoli and cheese and all that good stuff in there. Super bomb. Tabasco is for the win, huh? I feel like everybody just drops on hot sauce on anything and calls it a day. Oh man, Dye Lab, I you know, you dye a bunch of stuff. I could only imagine what your cutting mat looks like. Man, the double stuff. Woo! I can only imagine how many calories is on that double stuff, man. But it is. You get that with the marinara sauce, it's a wrap. I used to eat Sabaros, no joke, yo. I used to eat Sabaros 3 times a day because I used to work at the mall. And so I'd go there in the morning shift and have breakfast, then lunch, and then dinner. Like literally I'd have lunch there. And then it got to this point where like I knew the girl who worked in the front, so she was just giving me free Sabaros. Then it was like a no-brainer. Like I definitely am going to Sabaros for lunch. Yeah. Working at the mall, yeah. Hey man, I don't know why you don't like Sabaros pizza, bro. Sabaros pizza is a hit. At least in my opinion, it's a hit. I think we put in some good work on these shoes today, guys. So that was a yellow, and it looks pretty green now. I don't know what it is about lining stuff out, but I get the satisfaction when I line stuff out. I think I have a little bit of yellow. Can I get this guy in? Let's see. Yeah, buddy, let's do it. I spilled a little bit too much yellow there, unfortunately. So at least I could use a little bit of it before it dries. Cool. And that gave a nice little cartoon vibe. Cool. It's a vibe. Cartoon vibe. Alright, that's good. Alright, let me check this chat. Are y'all still talking about Sabaros? Oh, dude. Costco pizza, man. Y'all don't know about the calories on that Costco pizza. It's bomb as hell too, but it is, man. Better just go run 5 miles afterwards. Oh, that's nasty, yo. They don't even change their hot dog water. That's pretty gross. Best pizza in high school is your personal. Oh man, the personal Pizza Hut pan pizzas were bomb, dude. I remember those. I don't think they have them anymore. They used to have them at Taco Bell too. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna go get dinner, man. Y'all got me super hungry. Culver changed to Domino's. Yeah, sucks. All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys so much for being on again. Shout out to Alpha 6 Corporation, man. I think the paints did an amazing job for what I had to do today. So thank you guys so much. Shout out Princeton Brushes. Princeton is sending me brushes. So mid-June to end of June, we should get some brushes, and we're going to do a giveaway there. For Patreon family, it's patreon.com/feelgoodthreads. We're going to be doing a 50 follower giveaway there. You got to be in the giveaway tier, so just make sure you're in the giveaway tier. If you're not, then you don't qualify, and you don't have to do anything. Once you're in, then we just look at all the people who are in the giveaway tier, and you're automatically qualified for that. If you haven't followed me on social media, it'll eventually pop up somewhere over here. Please follow me on social media. Instagram for right now is at FeelGoodThreads LA, not at FeelGoodThreads. Hopefully we'll get our old account back soon. With that said, my name is Suhail with Feel Good Threads, and I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.